What's up, y'all? I'm Tosh. If you didn't know, now you know. And for years here, my YouTube channel has been a place where we talk about pop culture, movies, TV shows, sci-fi, all things entertainment. It's been a space for joy, nostalgia, and thoughtful critique of the media that shapes us. But as I look around at what's happening in the world, particularly in the United States, but in other countries as well, I can't ignore the growing urgency of this moment. We're facing what appears to be a constitutional crisis here in the US. The rise of authoritarianism is no longer a hypothetical concern, it's happening in real time. So I never intended for my platform to become political, but the reality is that politics is now infringing on every aspect of our lives, including the entertainment that we consume. Censorship, book bans, attacks on marginalized communities, voter suppression, the erosion of democratic norms are no longer threats. They are here. As someone with a voice and a very small platform, I believe it's my responsibility to use my voice and use my platform in defense of democracy and personal freedoms. And while I personally can't take to the streets due to agoraphobia, if you guys have been around a while, you know I've got agoraphobia, anxiety, depression, but I still refuse to be sidelined in the fight. I refuse to be silent. There are many ways to contribute to the resistance, and my way will be through information, education, and discussion. By no means is my goal to become a news outlet, but I do plan to provide context, historical parallels, tangible actions that my audience can take. I want to empower people to recognize authoritarian tactics, combat disinformation, and take meaningful steps to preserve my rights, your rights, our rights. This doesn't mean that pop culture is going away from my channel. Far from it. In fact, pop culture has always been a mirror to society. And now, more than ever, we can use it to dissect the times we're living in. Shut up, phone. We can use it. Okay, I had to see what that was. We can use it to dissect the times we're living in, whether it's analyzing dystopian fiction, exploring the role of propaganda in film and television, or just drawing lessons from sci-fi's greatest thinkers, and it's a lot of them. My love for media is going to remain the lens through which I approach these very urgent issues. I've got a list of topics that I plan to cover. I'm going to run some of them. I'm going to run some of them past you to see what you guys think. You can let me know down in the comments whether any of these resonate with you. We're going to do dystopian fiction versus reality. So we're going to break down movies, books, TV shows that have warned us about authoritarianism. For instance, The Handmaid's Tale. I always bring up The Handmaid's Tale. 1984, V for Vendetta, stuff like that, and how they parallel real life events. We also going to continue my exploration of Octavia Butler's works, particularly Parable of the Sword, but a lot of her works, and how they offer roadmaps for survival and resistance. We're going to look at historical examples of authoritarian regimes, the warning signs, and where we are now presently on the authoritarian regime landscape. We're going to talk about the dangerous trend of banning books, erasing history, and silencing dissent. And we're seeing it happen again in real time. We're going to talk about movies, TV, and music that have historically been used to fight oppression. I think Public Enemy circa 1989, Fight the Power. Y'all remember, that was a whole moment. We're going to talk about how that type of stuff, the movies, TV, and music, that how they fight oppression and how artists today might be responding to this crisis. I haven't seen enough, right? I haven't seen enough, but I have seen some, so we'll talk about them. And we're going to also examine how media is weaponized. And it's weaponized to shape public opinion, to suppress dissent, and distort reality, along with strategies to recognize when it's being weaponized and combat misinformation. That was bars. That was bars. Anyway, we're going to talk about ways to fight for democracy from home. So if you're in a similar situation as me, you're disabled, you have small children, whatever your case is, you can fight for democracy from your bedroom using social media effectively, supporting independent journalism like Wired, ProPublica, and organizing online. We're going to understand the tactics used to suppress votes and how to ensure your voice is heard. And then we're going to talk about the role of comedy and satire in political resistance, how shows like The Daily Show, Last Week Tonight, satirical films have shaped our public discourse. And last but not least, it wouldn't be me if we didn't talk about some sci-fi. You know I'm a sci-fi girly. So we're going to look at Star Trek, Black Mirror, The Twilight Zone, and other sci-fi properties that have tackled authoritarianism and done it well, and have tackled what societal collapse looks like. I cannot wait to discuss all of those topics with you. I hope that through these discussions, my channel can be a resource for those who feel overwhelmed, lost, or powerless, but they still got to be part of the fight. I don't care how overwhelmed, how lost we feel. We have to do something to suppress the rise of authoritarianism. I got grandchildren. Most of y'all got children or little people that you love. You want them to inherit the best world possible. We all have a role to play in shaping the future. This is how I choose to contribute. The fight for democracy is not just happening in the streets, y'all. It's happening in the hearts and in the minds of everyday people like you, like me. So let's make sure we are informed, we're aware, we're ready to act, not just for me and not just for you, but for us. All right, let me know what you think about some of the little pivots. And it's not going to be a hard pivot into politics, but desperate times call for desperate measures, and we have to discuss in some ways what's going on in the world. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Turn your notifications on so you won't miss the next upload, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Every click, every share, y'all make us fly. Together we shine brighter than the sky. From shout outs to comments, we see every word. Y'all the reason Tasha's voice gets heard. Subscribers growing, lighting up the day. With your support, we'll never fade away. Thank you, Unwrap family, keep us strong, keep us strong. Your love and your faith help us move along, help us move along. Every click, every share, y'all make us fly, y'all make us fly. Together we shine brighter than the sky, brighter than the sky. Roll call for the peeps who keep it alive. Patron super chats all here on the drive. Tasha got the mic, but you fuel the vibe. This channel's a party and y'all keep it live.
Monthly supporters, give y'all a cheer. Live stream energy, you bring the gear. Every episode's magic, cause of y'all's touch.